What's going on?
Well, we're all getting over a little cold or something, Paul.
Yeah, we're a day late and $1 short here.
Yeah, the entire family.
I'm still feeling a little bit.
Yeah, you were the last one. Yeah, your kids got it. My wife got it. I had it. Only lasted a couple days, but
We can blame it on Bo.
oh well, Bo had to get it from somebody else. Somebody passed it to him.
Well, yeah, the girls. Although he wasn't really that sick.
No,
never.
he was a tough little
we
guy.
we went up camping.
He acted like
And
nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it was. Well, that's the great thing about being 4 years old.
Yeah, tough.
This man,
oh my
they
goodness,
just-
he never missed a beat, Paul.
No, he. So he did his first solo trip with us.
He did.
So
yeah.
we were going up to do a little
Yeah.
late season fishing and a little bit of scouting, and went up, stayed in the wall tent, and kind of last minute I was like, "What do you think of Bo coming?" I was kind of thinking about it, and I was like, "Well, I'll talk to Lacey and see how she feels about it because he's gonna be 5."
Right.
And yeah, you were like, "Yeah, that'd be fun."
Yeah, and you adjust that stuff. You know that you're not going to fish much.
Yeah.
It's more about Bo than which is fine.
So yeah, when I told him, I said, "Bo, you want to go Papa and I?" And he was some excited.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate because the girls were just getting over an illness, and then that morning that we are getting ready to leave, he gets up, and I could hear him telling Lacey that he goes, "I feel like there's something in my throat."
Yep.
And he kind of kept clearing his throat and stuff, had a little bit of snottiness going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you want to stay here, Bo?" "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." And he never,
Oh, he was a trooper.
he never
He never complained.
He never stopped.
He never complained, Paul, and he seemed to sleep good. He didn't suffer any ill effects from that.
Right, full of energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a fun trip.
Yeah, it was, Paul. Yeah.
That was, get the wall tent set up. Fishing wasn't that great,
No.
but we get into some areas that I hadn't really been into in a while. We walked into an old system of roads there,
Yeah.
and some great bird hunting potential.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If there's any birds around this fall,
Well, we saw some.
that would be a good place to. Yeah, we did see a few, but
Saw some little ones. Holy smokes!
yeah.
So we're what, second day into the moose hunt?
We are.
Right?
Yeah. Second day of the first week.
I checked out the what is it, the harvest dashboard
Right.
this morning. See what was, I think it was 69 moose have been or tagged.
Okay. Yeah.
For, how accurate that is. They update it daily, they said.
Yeah.
10 in our township here at home.
In Zone 6.
Zone 6.
Yeah. You didn't check Zone 3?
I did.
Yeah.
It was,
Probably more than 10.
it was the most.
Yeah.
I think I wrote it down. It was something like 18.
Okay, that's about 20%. I
Yeah.
think they give out 100 permits in that area. in
And
that
zone, I think zone 2 was the next highest at 13.
Yeah.
And the others were like single digits or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a lot of pictures of moose posted
No.
online, but
I had a friend at the lake, Nancy, that she sent me a picture of one that was shot. I'm
big.
not sure whether she was with them when they shot it or not. A decent bull. I think it was 855 pounds.
Okay. About
So,
like yours.
Yeah. That would have come from Zone 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moose hunting's not like it used to be. They are road shy.
They are,
Holy
yeah.
cow. They're there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's
It's
a
like once the
different
light,
game.
once it's daylight. They,
Yeah. If your best chance of getting one from a road is real early.
Yeah.
To be the first one down a road or whatever, and after they've been pushed off, like you say, after the sun comes up,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. They've adapted to staying low.
And that's what made me think of the topic for this podcast.
Yeah.
I was thinking about moose season last year,
Yeah.
and well, just back to the moose during the nighttime. We had one moose that was a little aggravated with us middle of the night.
Yeah.
Our tent was in his main highway.
Yeah.
He was kind of barking at us.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, we did. We set up a tent right on their trail, and so Yeah, I could hear it walking, and then I heard it bark, and I was like half awake. I heard it bark 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Grunt and bark or whatever, and I thought, yeah, they can smell us or whatever. Yeah, little leery of all the activity, because that was a pretty quiet campsite before.
Yeah.
They didn't deal much with human activity in that campsite.
No, they're walking.
It was off the beaten trail. And,
walking right down the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like last year. It was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Frosty morning.
Yeah.
It was later in October. And I just got put some wood on the fire. And I was laying back down and I was just starting to doze off. I was probably just about completely asleep. And then, because I don't wake up easy. Like I didn't hear the moose that you heard. Yeah. But I heard shale rocks. Just like, and that woke me right up or alerted me. I was like, there's something walking out there.
Yeah.
That just doesn't. So I'm sitting there listening. Couldn't hear anything. And pretty soon, right by the corner of the tent, there's a mud puddle. Starts peeing in the mud puddle.
Oh, no kidding.
And I'm going, man, I hope dog never moved.
Oh, no
kids
kidding.
never moved.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon you could hear him turn around, walk back out the road.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested in.
That's the thing about being up in northern Maine in the woods. You could see a moose anywhere, Paul.
Yeah.
They, especially this time of year, they're pretty mobile. I mean, the rut's going on. I'm sure it's about the peak of the rut here, the end of September. So, yeah, you could have a moose come through anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there was a moose. I didn't realize it. I read an article the other day. There was a moose shot last year that I think it was October 24th last year. That was intersex.
Yeah, hermaphrodite.
Yeah, had both organs.
You had told me, so I looked up the article, and up in the Masardis area, it was shot. Yeah,
it had little kind of a spike horn on one side, still in velvet.
Yeah,
and probably was non-fertile.
Right.
That's typically how that works.
So that would have never left velvet. That would be velvet year round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having blood to the antlers year round.
Yeah. Still being perfused.
Yeah.
Which brings up the point of there's kind of, not to get too far off topic, but there's a bit of a misnomer. Like when people talk about sex, male or female, they like to use, you're either XX or XY. But the more accurate, definitive description of sex is what type of sex gametes are produced.
Right.
So sex cells.
And that moose had both.
Nope. They had had both forms of reproductive tissue.
Right.
But when I say sex cells, you're either going to produce a large sessile gamete. So that'll be large. Sessile means non-motile. And then gamete's a sex cell. So it's either going to produce an egg or a small motile gamete, which would be a sperm.
Sperm, yeah.
So they may have both organs.
Right.
So they may have both types of genitalia, but they will never produce. There's no, especially in humans, there's no documented case of anyone ever producing both functional forms of sex gametes. So they can present with, things that are similar as far as male genitalia and female genitalia, but they're never gonna. It's either going to be one or the other, or not at all.
Yeah.
So that definitively defines sex. It just doesn't exist as someone producing both.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of it and stuff. The
it was weighed 700 and something pounds, I think?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact weight, Paul, and they took a tooth, but I never did hear the age of it either. They thought it was an older moose, from what I read.
And I know I think in the article didn't it say that someone made the statement that they thought there was velvet on the teeth, but they will eat the velvet that comes off the antlers.
So the head biologist, the guy that harvested the animal said that it had velvet on its teeth, and the biologist that checked it in Ashland did not check it for some reason. Didn't think of it, or he wasn't told. So But then, Lee Cantor said that could have been from eating his velvet or eating velvet off. Not his velvet, but from another moose or whatever. Yeah.
So that anyway, I read that article, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we ran into an issue last year where, especially during the cow hunt.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, it's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And shoot an illegal animal, especially during the cow hunt. Because during that cow hunt, you're looking for the absence of an antler.
Right.
Which is different when you think about it than like when you're got a bull hunt.
You're looking for
You're
antlers.
like, okay, I see an antler, I can take it. So there's more often, if you're going to make a mistake, bull hunting for a bull, you're going to be like, I can't see an antler. Maybe it did.
Right.
Right. But you don't take one illegally because you didn't definitively see an antler.
Right.
The cow hunt, I could see where that error could be made because you're like, oftentimes, like we talked, early in the morning, late in the evening, can be foggy, dark.
Yeah.
Looking into a cot. Moose is dark, big ears. And you're looking and you're thinking, oh, I don't see an antler. Must be a cow.
Yeah.
And it happens a fair amount.
Well, we found one.
We did. So
during deer season that had been left. Yeah. And I never saw it. You saw it. It was a small bull, right, Paul?
Yeah. So how the story went, and it just got me thinking on the importance of honesty and how it it can be hard to do, but it can really give you some leeway if you're just honest and upfront. So I think it stemmed from, we were deer hunting. It would have been that last day of the cow hunt was the first day of deer season.
Right.
That year, right?
Yeah.
And I can remember being out and hearing a rifle shot.
Yeah. Residence Day for deer season last year was the last day of the cow hunt.
That cow hunt.
The end of November. Or excuse me, the end of October. So.
Excuse me. And I can remember hearing a gunshot was quite close.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was, last day of the hunt, we saw a cow going in there. We thought maybe someone may have fired at that one.
I'm sure they did because I told you I went out to the truck and they were driving back and forth. I think they wounded that. Cow where we saw it, and went across the road. And they were trying to, They were trying
and actually,
to find
I think we heard a couple shots that morning.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we were back out hunting. Was it Wednesday?
Yeah, a few days later.
Or a few days later. And in the evening, we go by a road right near where we were hunting that opening day for us, last day of the moose season.
A couple miles away, yeah.
And I think there was like 2 or 3 eagles that came up out of the cot. Maybe
some
about 100 yards
off.
Ravens and crows
and stuff.
Ravens and crows, but for an eagle to come out.
Right, there's an animal there.
It's something substantial. You're thinking at first, you see ravens, you're like, someone shot a moose, there's a gut paw.
Yeah.
But, geez, there's a couple eagles there. So I was like, stop, let me out.
Yeah.
I got to go check this out. And you can see where the birds were still. And this was mostly a clear cut, but there was kind of little strips of bushes in between. So I went out there and I jump over the side of in between 2 skid trails and I could see a carcass. And so my first thought was, well, someone shot a cow and didn't want to, because it was a fair ways in the car. They probably figured it was easier to quarter it out than drag the whole thing out because you're basically a meat hunt anyway.
Yeah.
And so I walk up to it and holy smokes, I look over at its head and it's got a little curly cue of antler sticking out. It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
And looking at it, the way that antler kind of came out of the side of its head and curled down.
Right.
And just in your head real quick, you're like, someone had thought it was a cow, shot it, walked out. It was like, oh crap.
Right.
And then just turned around and left it. Left it right there. And, it gets you thinking how easy that would be to happen. It doesn't excuse the fact, you need to identify the animal, but talking to the wardens.
Yeah, we called the warden. We called the Inland Fisheries and
just let 'em
Wildlife, and then the
know.
warden got a hold of us.
Yeah. And I think there was like 9 or 10 that week that they'd gone to.
Yeah, he mentioned,
right?
I was thinking 6
Maybe it was
or
6.
something. They've been pretty busy,
It was more than I thought.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're humans. They realize that.
Right.
You know, they're like people that call them up. And they're like, hey, I shot a little tiny bull.
Right.
And
thinking it was a cow.
You know, they give them a little bit of, I'm not saying every warden's going to do it.
Yeah, we can't say exactly what they're going to do, but they probably would give
a little bit
grace.
of breathing room. The very fact that someone, you know, hey, I screwed up.
Yeah.
I shot a small bull. I thought it was a cow.
Right.
And, you know, and they seemed like they were pretty reasonable about it.
It was Ryan, and he seemed like that he would have, you know, and you can see the logic there, Paul, because instead of killing the guy's going to kill 2 moose.
If you freak out and just leave it there,
you're going to go kill another one.
You're going to shoot 2.
Yeah.
So why have one go to waste?
And they know that, you know, that it can sustain that loss, you know, the herd can, and put your tag on it or call the warden and see what he says. And he may give you a little grace and
might give you a lecture.
Yeah.
You know, but
maybe not. Like I say, it's his call.
Yeah. It's going to be,
yeah.
Now it's funny because we were talking to them and they're like, if the moose has paddles on it,
that'd be a different story.
That's a totally different story.
Absolutely.
But yeah, looking at that moose, you're just like, holy cow, that would be so hard to early morning, first legal light, last day of the,
you can make a mistake. Yeah.
And you're looking, you're like, no, it's a cow. And I can see how it happens, but they just were like, yeah, best to be up front.
Yeah.
Just tell us right away. And you'll be better off that way.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to hide it, leave it there. And seeing that made me feel bad because you're like, man, what a lot of wasted meat.
Exactly.
You know? And it probably was an honest mistake. They weren't out there poaching it per se. But so it happens more often than I thought.
Yeah, so
especially that cow hunt.
Here's where how AI is so accurate. I Googled that or checked, and AI said there was, and they were up front. They said there was probably more, but they said there was 2 reported illegal moose killings in 2024. Now we know that warden alone had been on way more than 2.
Oh yeah.
So
AI is not like ask us something simple, like everyday life things.
Yeah,
and it'll frig it up.
So I actually yesterday too, because we had the new announcement there that and this is in your wheelhouse. It's not in mine.
No, you're gonna go with Tylenol and Autism. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, back when I was in school in the 60s and early 70s, but we'll say the 60s and late 60s, and, you know, autism basically was non-existent.
Yeah.
So when I asked AI the rate of autism in the 1960s, it gave me, you know, an answer like, well, it really wasn't diagnosed, and I lived there.
Yeah.
I went to school with hundreds of kids. I know. I remember looking them in the eye, all of them, neighbors, schoolmates.
Yeah.
And I can look back and think and there was kids that were
different.
Maybe they were a little slower, and we had there was some mentally challenged kids and stuff like that. But I don't want to say it didn't exist, but yeah, it wasn't misdiagnosed or not diagnosed.
No, there's definitely been there's a lot of.
I was there.
Yeah.
I have real experience.
No, even in my class.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in school, there wasn't a lot of kids that.
Yeah.
Now it's really profound.
Yeah.
You know,
1 in 12 boys in California.
It's a lot.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But so it's kind of funny that Tylenol Autism is actually old news.
Yeah.
There was a study in 2020 that came out by JAMA, and I can remember discussing it with Lacey right out here. She was sitting on the swing set with kids. And So that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And just talking about that there seems to be, it's not that the study that come out then didn't, couldn't prove causation.
Right.
But they're like, yeah, it's something that we really need to explore. I think that was like a meta-analysis or an observational study. I forget exactly now. So not a lot of high quality data to pull from, but it kind of got you thinking.
Right.
And yeah, anytime something can cross into the placenta, you always wonder.
Right.
And Tylenol in us at higher doses is super toxic. It can kill you.
Yeah.
Produces a compound called NAPQI. And it can wipe out your liver.
Yeah. It's hard on the liver. I knew that.
Yeah. So if you took a bottle of Tylenol, that's probably going to be all she wrote.
Yeah.
It's going to knock your liver out.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that. If you want to do, well, we shouldn't talk about that.
I had a professor tell me that in school.
Yeah.
It was we were just sitting there.
All you got to do is take a bottle of Tylenol.
Every one of you have a way you can take care of yourself right away.
I guess the answer, and sometimes you can't go out on a limb because you don't have all the information, but would you, if your wife was pregnant, would you be giving her Tylenol?
No, my motto with everything is don't do anything.
Right.
Less is more.
Absolutely.
And we actually just had a conversation. I had someone
don't take the chance.
I had someone call me the other day, and this is where our healthcare has gotten so out of whack.
Yeah.
Someone called me the other day. She's pregnant, and she had gestational diabetes with one of her kids. So now they just panic people. You've had it once. This is her third kid. Had it once. So they are automatically, their knee-jerk reaction is, oh, we got to manage you for gestational diabetes. So they do the whole glucose tolerance test.
Yeah.
Okay. She failed it by like 4 points. It's supposed to be less than 140. She got a 144. So put a bunch of fear in her. She's be watching her carbs, watching what she eats, counting her carbs. So she was struggling because her blood sugar was low.
Mm.
And she's getting up in the morning. I think it was like in the mornings, it was in the 50s. So the first thing I said is, and she was using a continuous blood glucose monitor. And I'm like, well, confirm it with a regular monitor. Just get another monitor and make sure that what your reading's accurate.
Right.
Second of all, like, do you really have gestational diabetes? Like, what? Your blood sugars are running low. Eat a little bit more.
Yeah.
And see what. But first, confirm your monitor. And so yeah, her monitor actually was off a little bit. And I was like, look, stressing over it's bad. That's going to mess up your hormones and how your blood sugar is managed. Stress actually can acutely cause blood sugar to go up, but it can also do some weird things on the back end.
Stress is bad in our lives in so many ways. Yeah.
It was just like, I was like,
yeah,
just chill out, eat a normal diet.
Yeah.
And see where things, just live your life for a little bit.
Right.
See where things normalize. And they actually wanted to put her on a diabetes medication. And I was like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
And the one they wanted to do was like kind of a no-no in pregnant women.
Oh.
And because usually you do insulin for when a woman's pregnant. But they wanted to give her an oral medication that will cross the placenta into the fetus. I just was like, what the heck? Like, that makes zero sense. So a couple days later, she was like, yeah, I just started eating my normal diet and everything's back to normal. Yeah. Like, what a bunch of...
Yeah.
I talked to Brittany about it too. I sent her a text and I was like, what do you think of this? She's like, what? Like, I was like, Britt, I don't know what these people are doing nowadays. Like what they're... And I don't want to sit here and get on a whole health kick, but it just rocks my world because if you're not in the know, you're going to take these.
You're going to take you could get some really bad advice.
Providers' advice.
Yeah.
And to me, it was very basic.
Right.
basic stuff.
Medicine.
Like
Basic medicine.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that.
Yeah.
Should really be missed.
Yeah.
So.
That actually happens.
So yeah. Sometimes less is more, or most of the time, I feel.
Yeah.
Less is more. I was always telling Lacey if she was pregnant, if you don't need to do anything, take anything, do not.
Right. Avoid it just as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
and I will
don't
say,
get stressed out.
You got three beautiful, healthy, smart kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're very fortunate.
Yeah. And Lacey's very careful.
Yes, she is.
She's very careful on.
She's a good mom. There's
what she ate.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did we get off on that topic?
Well, it was big news yesterday, and
yeah.
you're getting stuff from both sides, and and
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing with me is like there should be no politics in medicine whatsoever.
Absolutely.
Zero. If someone wants to say Tylenol causes autism, great. But let's look at it.
Yeah.
No problem. There's no issue with saying that you think something happens. So let's take a look at that.
So we had a conversation maybe last year or the year before deer hunting, and we had talked about and I can't remember the medical term, but there's a I don't know how you termed it, a point of contact, or there is something that's causing it because it's gone up so markedly in the last 20 years. There's something. It's
tough because when you think about this stuff, there's so many confounding variables that can affect stuff like that. And, it can be hard because oftentimes when there's money involved, you can have the lack of research because of the fear. Well, I don't want to prove this to be true because how's this going to affect,
absolutely
us fiscally?
Money's always a big motivator in what people do.
They may avoid studying it.
Yeah.
They may avoid trying to find the truth.
Yeah.
But you see this in just basically everything now. It seems to be predominantly in education and healthcare.
Yeah.
That there's this binary team mentality, team A and team B. And the minute team A says something, team B is going to do the opposite.
Absolutely.
So it's like, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
Like, no, it should be, if a patient comes in and the very first thing, if a patient comes in and they don't think something's works, let's get to the root of why they don't think it works. There has to be some sort of agreement, not just the provider telling the patient, this is the way it is. Because they may have a very valid point. They may know something you don't. People that are, especially in healthcare, that maybe have an advanced degree, have a hard time understanding that they don't know everything. And,
boy, that's the truth.
And our healthcare system is so complicated now. We have so many treatment modalities with everything. And as we learn more, it becomes more and more complicated.
Yeah.
And you can't know everything.
Yeah.
And things change so quickly.
Yeah.
Especially if someone...
And there was a saying that it's hard to get somebody to understand something when their livelihood depends on them not understanding it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That has to do with money and jobs and stuff. Yeah.
And that was my biggest reason to, I just had to get out of it for a while because I just think this is nonsense. It's
a sad thing when just because a certain person that a lot of people, half the country, don't like, says something, like you say, they'll automatically...
Yeah.
And you're sacrificing... You will literally sacrifice children or people. It doesn't make any difference how old you are. You will actually sacrifice people just to disagree with that person. You'll throw everything out the window.
Yeah.
I cannot understand that.
That's absolutely insane.
And that is where our society has gotten.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it. If this person says it, it's wrong, and we're going to do the exact opposite. Yeah. And they don't care who suffers for it.
Crazy.
So
crazy stuff. But anyway, Yeah, not to get too far off on that. But back to the, being honest during hunting. I just was thinking about, those hunts and how it can be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, mistakes are made.
And we've had conversations at deer camp about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking back to the story of I'd never shot a spike horn before. And there was a year, all the deer were going into the yards. We were seeing lots of deer. And literally the night before, I don't know if I've ever shared this story. There was at deer camp, you have little debates and arguments, right? And you kind of get a couple guys on one side, a couple guys on the other side. Sometimes the voices can get a little louder and stuff or whatever. So in Maine, we have a law with deer, antlers got to be 3 inches. And we were going back and forth on how, like, that's kind of some are saying it's a stupid law. Like,
what if it's 2.99
if you can
inches?
see an antler, that's a buck.
Yeah.
I should be able to take it.
Right, hard antler.
Yep.
Hard antler.
And the other half, or some of the other guys were saying, yeah, but who the heck here has seen a deer that's a year and a half old that's had anything close to 3 inches?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, yeah, never seen. They're always like,
yeah, they get spikes that are legal.
Fork horn or a long spike. So this kind of went back and forth for a little bit, and it was a good conversation. A lot of good points. So that next day, Thanksgiving Day, a deer steps out in front of me, and we've been seeing lots of deer, but only does and fawns. So towards the end of the week, I decided he looked up the road towards me. I was on a road that you couldn't drive. It was walkable.
Yeah. And
the sun was at my back, and he looked up the road, and in my scope, I see
spikes.
They shined in the sunlight.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, boys, I'm going to take him.
Kaflow.
So I shot him. I'm walking up, and got him a little high. Took out his backbone. And he's trying to get his front legs under him, and the whole time his head's moving around. Well, I'm walking up to him, and I'm like, I don't see any antlers. Because his head was going back and forth. And that whole actually back up, when I saw the deer, actually, I looked at it, and that conversation had gone through my head.
Are those 3 inches?
Because I was like, oh yeah, they're longer than his ears. And I'm like, oh, they're 3 inches.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I shot it. And then I'm walking up going, I don't see, did I put antlers on that deer in my head? And so I dispatched the deer. And then I'm looking, and I'm like, holy smokes, are those 3 inches?
Yeah.
And because in my mind, in that conversation, I was like, most of the guys were like, yeah, I've never seen a deer that had smaller than 3 inches. That's a year and a half. So there was a little bit of anxiety there.
Yeah.
And then I think you were just down the road. You're like, oh, those are 3 inches. I think one was like 4.5, and the other one was like 3 3/4 or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the point is,
with the hair sticking up and stuff, they weren't 3 inches above the hairline.
But the point is, like, that shouldn't be a problem.
No.
Like, it was a buck.
Right.
And so the joke at camp, I remember I got back, they're like, wow, you've officially shot the largest antlered deer at camp and the smallest antlered deer at camp.
Yeah. Well, I'd have shot both of those deer, Paul.
And I use that rack as a holder for my headphones.
Yeah.
It literally, I've shot deer with way longer brow tines.
Yeah.
Than that spike horn. But that conversation played in my head. I was like, holy, are those 3 inches?
Yeah. So interestingly enough, a few years after that, we had a guy that had a doe permit in that area, and he shot what we believe is a year and a half old buck with no antlers, just the bases.
Yeah.
Had the bases, hard bases, but nothing sticking out of them.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
I think Zach shot that.
Yeah.
And he had a doe permit, so it was legal.
Yeah.
But I believe that was a 1.5-year-old buck.
That was the area that we were shooting old deer, but they weren't very big.
No, they weren't. No.
We'd shoot a 4.5, 5.5-year-old buck. And 150 pounds.
Yeah,
160,
pounds. 150 pounds. Yeah.
And because I shot a nice 8-pointer. Well, should have been a nice 8-pointer.
Yeah.
Rack was mediocre. And that came back 4.5 years.
Yeah.
when we had him aged by the teeth. And he weighed like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Even looking at it when I walked up to it, it was like, geez, short. Looked like a dog.
Yeah.
Laying there. You know, there was an advantage to that. I had a 4.5 mile drag.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a long
did it all myself.
Paul. You did.
Until I say all myself, probably 3.5 miles myself.
And Jody helped you?
I drug that deer, shot him basically way down on this road. And part of me had thought for a minute, if I went through the woods, it's not that far.
Right.
But I'm like, I think I shot the deer at 9:30. And had them all cleaned out and everything done about 10:30. Beautiful day. Jeepers. And I was like, you know, it was just me and Jody in there hunting. You shot a deer already.
I'd gone home that day
Yep.
to for Thanksgiving meal. Yeah,
and,
for Thanksgiving supper.
I was like, you know what? It's a beautiful day. I'm not going to interrupt Jody's hunt.
Yeah.
I got all day to get this deer out. And what I did is, and I've told the story before, is I cut a little sapling, little 3-foot branch like the Benoits do, got my drag rope, and I would take all my gear, go 100 yards down the road, and we had a little skiff of snow, not a lot. And I would drag it to my gun and my pack and my jacket. I took my jacket off because it was hot.
Right.
Go up, bring all my stuff up another 100 yards, haul the deer to that. I did that all day long.
So how many miles did that end up being if you do the math?
Yeah. So I walked in that morning, right?
4 miles in.
And then I went back and forth,
right,
100 yards at a time,
the
whole way out. And we're getting a snowstorm that night. So it gets dark, right around 4:15, 4 o'clock, starts to get low light. And I was almost out of the road. And I can see a figure walk. It was dark. I see a figure walking down. It was snowing like crazy.
Yeah.
And I see a figure walking down the road. It was Jody.
Yeah.
He goes, geez, I walked all the way out to the truck. He goes, I thought I saw your boot tracks. And because when I got to where you were hunting, I actually left the deer and was like, I'm going to hoof her out. I need something to drink. I'm like, I'm going to hoof her out to the truck. I'm not that far.
Oh my goodness, you walked a lot of miles that day, Paul.
I went all the way out to the truck and I'm like, I just need a drink. I was so parched. I had no water with me.
Yeah, you must have walked close to 20 miles
so
that day.
Went all the way out to the truck, put my gear in the truck, took a little break, got something to drink, then went back to the deer.
Yeah.
And it had started snowing at that point. That may have been around 3:30. And so Jody saw tracks in this, but they were covered up. And he goes, I thought you'd walk back to the truck because he'd walk by the road I was on.
Right.
He walked all the way back out to the truck. I wasn't there. So he comes down and we finished it off and dragging it out. That was, yes, thankfully it was only 150 pounds or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a 250 pounder. I'd still be there dragging on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun stories.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Zach in that same road.
Yeah.
He'd shot one clear in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we had a hurricane coming through.
Yeah.
And that night, so I think that was the one that he didn't find. He shot it, knew he hit it.
Yeah.
And then couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And he kind of was gritty. It just went off into some jack firs.
Yeah.
And he was confident. He's like, I know I got the deer.
I tracked it for him. I found it.
And no, he stepped on it.
Oh, okay.
He shot two in there.
There was one that he, in where I sat.
Yeah.
He went in past me and he shot a deer.
Yeah.
And I heard him shoot, of course. He was just down the road. And I can't remember if he came down to me after a while and said he couldn't find it. But I went down in and he showed me where it was. And we tracked it. Laying in the woods.
Yeah.
He shot it again. It was still alive. But
no, this one, he's like, I know I hit it. Remember there was a small buck with a couple of does. He was chasing him around the road.
Yeah, that was off that side road
the spur road.
Yeah.
And he made a heck of a shot offhand.
Yeah. Well, Zach was a good shot.
I think it was
Zach could hunt.
I think it was a couple hundred yards.
He can hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And he made a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
And he was confident.
Yeah.
He's like, I know I hit it. And he didn't give up because he you get to the point, there was no blood.
Right.
And that I can recall that coming up. And it could be easy to be like, I must have missed it. I must be just missing things in my head. And God, he was grid searching, and if I remember correctly, he was walking through some spruces, and he ended up literally stepping on the deer.
Yeah.
And I think that was the one I helped.
Yeah.
We got a little cart, get in there that evening, and warm front came through.
Yeah.
And we had thunder and lightning that night.
Yeah.
Bringing that out, pouring, but it was like 55 degrees.
That deer probably would have been easier to go up to hit the main road.
Yeah.
Yeah. That spur road went up towards another main road and may have been easier. It certainly would have been a lot shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know about easier to go up through the woods and hit that main road. So.
And I think the next day we were in hunting because there was a hurricane that had come up through. We were getting like tropical weather. And we only hunted like half the day because it was so windy.
Yeah.
There was trees falling all day long in the woods. Yeah. It wasn't safe to, that may have been the day too that you saw a doe. She'd come out, the wind was just howling.
Yeah, I know.
She stepped right out in front of you.
Yeah, she had a lamb or two lambs with her.
But her head was down in the grass.
Yep.
And you literally waved at her.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the day. It was mild and windy and wet.
Yeah, it was
and,
warm. Wicked warm.
Yeah, I'm walking down that same road, and she stepped right out, and she had one or two little ones with her. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I could look it up in my journal and find out, but I remember. I can see her.
You're right on top of her, weren't you?
Yeah, yeah. She come out with her head down into the road and stuff. Right. I was moving at the time. I wasn't sitting down. I was walking in. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone's got the bug. It's hunting season.
Yeah. Well, we're only a couple days away from bird season, Paul, and that's where most of us, got our start in hunting.
It's great to introduce a kid, at least in Maine, bird season, because it's really a pace that you can set for the kid. My kids, we do more walking now because they're older, but when they were younger, just to get them introduced, it really was, if I was with the kids, it basically was whatever they want to do. And so a lot of riding side roads, lots of snacks, exploring different areas, and shoot some birds. And it's also great too, because you're in the woods, great time to scout for deer.
Yeah,
it is. Just spending time checking stuff out.
Yeah.
Kind of killed several birds with one stone.
Yeah.
Partridge are hard to shoot on the wing, so it hones your shooting skills and gets you in the woods to see where the deer are. So a year like this is coming up where, I think the partridge hunting is going to be spotty and have areas I think that are going to be all right and areas that aren't so good. It's a good year to find those places that you can really get out and walk and get away from it. And I love, and the woods change so fast that it's great you always have new areas that you can get into, road systems that are no longer drivable.
Right.
Like we came into one, which not all too long ago, I mean, you could have driven a Cadillac into there. It was wide open road, and we come to it, and you could barely walk it now.
Right. Yeah, they change quick. They grow up quick, and
it's miles and miles of road.
Wash out quick. And
that you can't drive in.
Yeah.
But, man, when the leaves come off the trees, what a great road to walk.
Yeah.
And I told you, I said, I think probably later in the season, what I'll do anyway is you can get so far on these roads. I could walk all day until lunchtime, have lunch, and then basically hunt the whole day on foot and never have to worry about running into a person.
No.
So that's part of my plan for.
Yeah.
And you get to scout for deer in the meantime.
Yeah. That's when I'll probably set up some trail cams, Paul, and stuff. I'll have them in the truck ready. And
yeah, we haven't done anything as far as.
If I come across a place that I get a few in mind that I want to set up some cameras, and so I'll get back into those areas and set them up. and bird hunt while I'm doing it. So
I'm looking forward to that. But
yeah. Well, we always, but bird hunting, like I say, is such a big deal because it's where we all entered into, hunting and we're successful at a young age.
Yeah.
My father wasn't a deer hunter, and we went, but we never were successful. But bird hunting, we shot a few birds. So
yeah,
it's a big thing in northern Maine anyway, bird hunting. So
yeah, great way to introduce the kids to
that's
it.
how I was introduced to hunting, and now your kids, that's where they got their start into hunting, was the bird hunting. So
they love it.
I always looked forward to, used to be October 1st, now it's the last Saturday in September.
So even like the kids are so excited to go out.
Yeah.
They cannot wait.
Yeah.
And my oldest, ironically, Lydia, she's a little bit iffy right now on taking the life of an animal.
She's not into the killing part of it.
That's
all right.
She told me the other day, she's like, I just don't want to hurt any animals.
Yeah.
And because she has no problem eating it.
Right.
Like, you don't mind? She's like, no, as long as I don't think about it getting hurt, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so my middle one, she's all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll shoot birds all day long.
Yeah.
And Bo's the same way, but yeah, Lydia's a little sensitive.
Yeah, she is.
She's an animal
That's her
lover.
nature.
She's an animal lover for sure.
Yeah.
But she looks forward to it just as much as
getting out and
snacks and the camp life and all that stuff. And she, her attitude towards it may change as she gets a little older.
Yeah.
Start to realize
she may come to terms with it and understand that, she's eating it, so somebody had to kill it.
And it's not an easy life for an animal in the woods.
No.
We were discussing that with them the other day, and how other animals take them and stuff.
They are literally, a lot of them, like birds and squirrels and rabbits or ducks, they're born to feed other animals. They produce a lot of young in a year for that reason. Yep. Even deer.
Yeah, they reproduce.
Even deer. If you ever sat down and had the math, do the math. If you had 10 deer and none of them died, none of their offspring died in 10 years, you would have so many deer. Yeah. It would blow your mind. Yeah. How many deer they could produce in
it's amazing that any of them survive. Period. Yeah. It's such a rough life out there.
Yeah. So
the odds are stacked.
Even they're made to die in pretty large numbers. So
as I was thinking about, the moose hunters going in, we saw a whole pile of them, all excited, all kinds of gear. Met one guy, gave him a ride back out to Ashland.
He's having truck problems.
Poor guy is the old coilovers, your old shock system that had basically severed right off. He'd bought an old used beater truck for this moose hunt. Was it his father's tag or his mother's?
I think it may have been his mother's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'd gone up basically a week ahead to scout.
Yeah.
And he was staying in a wall tent up there.
Yeah.
And we come down the road and there's a whole pile of vehicles pulled over.
Yeah.
And we stopped and we were headed up to Ashland. We were only, 15 miles away, 10 miles away?
Maybe 10 or 15 from Ashland.
And they're like, hey, is there a Napa? And, there's an auto parts store in Ashland.
Yeah.
And, so dropped them off at hopefully they got.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know
dad was
fortunately,
his dad was coming up that day.
Right.
That afternoon. So we dropped him off at the auto parts store. He's going to get what he needs. And his dad was going to pick him up on the way in. And hopefully they got things up and running.
Yeah.
Kind of he had a good attitude about it because he said, well, glad it happened now and not during the hunt.
Right.
They got a little bit of time to sort out the mess, but never fun when you break down.
No, it isn't, Paul. And when you're back in the woods, and we heard some stories last year of getting a wrecker in there is a pretty big expense.
Not cheap. Yeah, you just see all these people going in excited. You get a lot of people that are new to, never hunted before, get a moose from it and stuff. So mistakes happen. And I was just thinking about why honesty matters so much. And one is, when you go to tag an animal, that provides good data for the department to be able to adjust tags accordingly, bag limits, stuff like that.
Regulate the hunt.
It's, do you want if you're hunting with kids, do you want kids to be...
Right, you're starting them out in the sport. You don't want to,
not a good look to...
No.
And plus, as a whole, it's not a good look for hunters to be, presenting that, creating a bad name for hunters.
Right.
Because I think the majority of them are pretty upfront.
They are.
Pretty straight shooters. Poaching, particularly, you don't want to hurt resources and take away from future generations. And there's always gray areas. We think about this during deer season. Like, you can hunt 30 minutes before sunrise and 30 minutes after sunset. Well, let me tell you, that's dark.
Yeah, it's literally, Paul, there's been many times when I can say that I couldn't do that safely or legally.
And you're certain that it's a buck.
Yeah.
But you just can't.
I have literally seen bucks in that time frame and not been able to tell that they were bucks. And I had that happen to me one time. And people will say, well, how did you know it was a buck? Well, I had a trail camera there. I was watching a trail, and the deer came out at like maybe 15 minutes after sunset. And I could see the form of the deer, but that was it, just the form. And I don't think I did that night, but the next day I went in and I checked the trail camera, and it wasn't a big buck, but it was a legal buck that had walked out there at legal time, but I couldn't shoot it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it well enough.
There's been many nights driving out where and it's typically when there's no snow.
Yeah.
Overcast day or whatever. And you're like, technically it's legal time. Like, we'd still have like 15 minutes of legal time. Yeah. And you're like, unless I had my headlights on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't shoot it.
And that changes later in the season, or if you have snow on the ground.
If you have snow, it does.
It makes a big difference if there was snow on the ground. But early in November, when you typically don't have snow, that half an hour after sunset or before sunrise is a tough time to identify your target.
Yeah. So that comes up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot when we're coming out. So oftentimes we're not even hunting until,
just about sunrise or sunset.
We're done hunting.
Yeah.
Can't see a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking forward to getting out this weekend, bird hunting. And
it's hard to believe that it's already upon us there. The years spin by fast. I'll tell you. So
they do.
Yeah.
And I don't consider myself that old, and even with me. I mean, I would see it in the pharmacy. Like, someone would come in, ask for something, and in my head, I'm thinking, oh, I just saw them in here the other day picking it up. They can't be ready for this.
Yeah.
And you go pull it up on the computer, and you're like, that was 90 days ago.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, life goes by fast.
And
the older you get, the faster it goes.
So I say this every year, but everyone gets looking forward to deer season, and I'm always like trying to put the brakes on it.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to come, but holy cow.
Don't wish away your life, or don't wish away summer or whatever.
Because we'll be December staring at 11 months before we can do it again.
Yeah.
It was a year ago. We were moose hunting.
Today's the 23rd?
Today's the 23rd.
Yeah, that's the year ago today. We shot our bull moose.
I was thinking that this morning.
Yeah.
First 15 minutes into.
Yeah. And I often think of that, Paul, that could well be my last moose hunt. And I talked about that before, last year, that it took me about 32 years to get drawn the first time. I got drawn in 2012. I think 1980 was the beginning of the moose hunt. And then it took, 12 years. I got my next one. So I got it in 2024. So, I mean, they say it's a hunt of a lifetime. And so
12 years, you'll be what, 80?
Yeah, I'll be, close to 79. I'll be 67.
See, you should have hunted a little bit more that week.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get much experience in
15 minutes.
Yeah, just driving down the road.
Yeah.
I didn't get to hunt.
Didn't even hunt.
Yeah. So, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
If I had to go back and do it over again, I'd do it. But yeah, you realize that those opportunities, man, that
yeah, time goes by fast.
I may go against that as a member of a hunting party without being the permittee, but probably as far as being, like I say, being drawn, being a permittee, it may.
I'm cognizant of it right now because I'm grateful that I'm in good shape and can do it, because there's going to be a day when it's going to get harder.
The day
and harder.
comes to all of us, that,
and I'm gonna look back and be like, did I get
full advantage of the time I had?
Much out of it?
Yeah,
when I was
I
really
think of that.
able.
I think of that all the time. I'll be 67 this deer season, and if you think you got limited hunts in you for sure.
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I'm there yet. But I mean,
it's a limited
everything's
number.
finite. We're all gonna die.
Right. But it's, when you, like I say, at 67, you realize, and I am really fortunate because
you've got one foot on a banana peel and the other
in the grave.
I'm just kidding.
No, but hey, there's just being realistic about I don't look at it as a negative. I'm fortunate. I can still do it.
Yeah.
And, I don't see it changing right off. So
yeah. I had someone comment the other day, actually, on the bear video. He said, geez, your kids have very capable grandfathers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even Keith made
Keith's very capable.
Heck of a shot.
He's a good shot. Yeah.
Oh, that's just the way
I wouldn't want to be standing out there 500 yards with Keith shooting at me.
Someone else said that too. Like, it seems like he probably has that field pretty well.
Yeah.
And I almost left this response. I was almost like, yeah, if you're a big deer and you come anywheres in that opening, it's not going to be a good day.
No, it won't be a good day. Won't be a good day to be a buck.
He's not going to.
He probably knows every little corner and blade, how far every blade.
He does,
because when you're sitting there all day long with your rangefinder,
nothing to do,
you're going to be ranging everything.
I could picture him doing that, because actually we were sitting there.
Yeah.
And he would literally go through. See that tree over there?
Oh, yeah.
That's 400. And now that bear's coming out here 255 yards right to that.
Yeah.
And every piece of that field is that he'd be like, that hump down in that field right there is. Yeah. Then he goes, you go clear to those trees, and it's I don't even remember what all the
he knew. He probably knew every little.
And I thought the same thing you did.
And hill and ditch and tree and how far they all were. And
you spend all day here.
Yeah.
One deer season.
That's what I'd be doing. I'd be with my rangefinder.
Mark and everything.
We don't even own one.
No. What's my...
We don't even own a rangefinder. Yeah.
And then he knows how his gun shoots to boot. Yeah. And with windage and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. He knows his stuff. There's no doubt about it.
See where he hit the bear. It was just...
Yeah.
And we were talking about that. I didn't really fully realize. I don't bear hunt. They've got a little bit of a different anatomy than a deer.
Yeah.
And your best bet is people will say to hit them like center of center.
Yeah.
But you want to hit them just a skosh back further than you would, say, a deer.
Yeah.
Because you really want to get those both lungs.
Right.
In a nice exit.
Yeah.
And you get that just a little bit further back than a deer. And he called that the whole time. He was like, nah, not shooting until he gets nice and broadside.
Yeah.
And I can make sure I get a good pass through. And get both lungs.
He did.
And he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blistered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no hesitation there, whatever.
And his way of hunting, Paul, too, is we talk about ethics, and the last podcast and the way we hunt, a lot of people would consider it very unethical to shoot at a running deer and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the way we hunt.
Yeah.
And we understand that may be our only opportunity. But with Keith, the way he hunts, he can take the most ethical shots and stuff.
But then, well, on the flip side, though, you'll get people saying, well, shooting 500 yards is unethical. Well, maybe for some.
Right. But for him, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he knows his equipment and he can use that equipment.
Yeah.
So, and that's the key. For me, it would be an unethical shot with my 742.
Freaking with a 1.5 to 5 scope.
Yeah.
It's a freaking Hail Mary.
That would be an unethical shot for sure. But for him, with the right equipment and the knowledge of how to use that equipment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we talked about a little while back too, hunting difficulty and being mentally tough. And his way of hunting is just as tough.
Yeah.
As it's a different type of toughness.
Right.
Being super patient, but then being able to, that's tough to make a long shot like that on an animal. When you get excited and
he even said, my crosshairs might jump up and down.
Yeah, he even said he was there's a little bit of an extra. I had a camera over my shoulder.
Yeah,
and that created a little bit of a different element.
Yeah, you're being watched
because he goes, "Geez, don't mess this one up."
You're being watched, and so in that you're being judged.
Yeah,
and that for all of us or most of us anyway, that would add a little extra
creates a different
stress
dynamic
to it.
Yeah,
for all of us.
But I laughed. I was like, I'm not gonna throw anything out there that makes you look bad.
No.
Like, don't worry about it.
No. Yeah, that takes the pressure off.
You miss, I'll just put that on half of social media. I won't.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd miss.
No, I wouldn't either. I have every confidence. Like I say, I'm not going to go out into that field at 500 yards away and think that, he would miss me. Yeah. No, I'm not. No, I'm not taking that.
I'm telling you,
chance.
if a deer steps out in that field and it's a shooter, he wants to shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in the back of his truck. So, anything else you want to add?
No. We talk about the weather. It's been awful dry up here, Paul.
Although it poured last night.
Huh?
It poured last night.
Did it pour?
Yeah.
I noticed the road was wet, but I didn't hear it, so I didn't think it rained very hard. But we need a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Because
I think we got more rain coming too.
We could. I know we need a lot of water.
Yeah.
It is extremely dry, and maybe in the southern part of the state even drier. Severe drought down, I think, in the southern part of the state. So
I think Thursday we're gonna get some more rain.
Yeah, we could use a lot.
Yeah,
for sure.
It poured pretty hard last night.
Yeah,
it woke me up actually.
Yeah, I never heard it. So,
but all right.
Yeah.
Well, good. That was.
Yeah, we were all over the map again,
like
Paul.
Usual.
I can't help myself.
Got to get away from the ripping on the healthcare system because, man, I can.
Yeah.
I could do a year's worth of podcasts on how deficient we are and.
Yeah.
In our
health care system. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just boils down to get the friggin' politics out of it.
Yeah.
Just make sound choices that are good for the person, not based on whatever ideology you're holding on to.
Not just politics, Paul, but the money in it too is,
Well, and that goes into
money drives everything, and
everything's a business with that crap.
Yeah, and like I say, it bothers me to no end that you would think that somebody's political beliefs or money would put so many people in the situation they are today, with raising autistic kids. And
it's like you got to arm yourself with as much knowledge now.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way.
Knowledge is power.
That's the only way you're going to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, well.
This guy's full of crap.
And in that, Paul, you have to, it's personal accountability, and you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Your health care is your responsibility. And if you're relying on a doctor like this pregnant lady you were talking about, man, that's do the best you can for yourself.
Yeah.
Do the
but
best
even like
you
that,
can.
I mean, that's not like there's stuff that happens in our life that
Right. That's out of our
just
control.
happens.
Right.
And you're hoping that someone's going to be giving you like
the best advice.
Like, what is the best choice for you, regardless of what your stance is on stuff in life, how much money I'm going to make from whatever it is that I recommend.
Yeah.
Minus all of that stuff. What is the best thing for you? And that is becoming few and far between. Because everyone's doing things to, one, keep their job.
Right.
Or to pad their numbers because the institutions they work for want them producing or seeing and billing X number of patients this many times a day, pushing you to, and if you don't have the character and the ability to be like, no, this is wrong. I'm
going to do the right thing.
I got to do what's right.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what the consequences are. And that just doesn't happen anymore.
No.
You saw it during COVID. So many people, like, if you don't feel right about it, don't do it. Well, I have to. Why do you have to? I'll lose my job.
Right.
Well, I don't know what to
I got $300,000 in medical school bills a loan to pay off.
Yeah.
You know, what am I going to do? Buck the system? I mean, that's been talked about so much, you know, and you fall in line the only thing and like I say, the like knowledge is a great thing. Find out for yourself, get as much information as you can, but in that, take care of yourself. I mean,
that'll go a long ways.
And a lot of the reason that I try to take care of myself is to do the things that this podcast is about, to be able to go out and hunt every year.
Yeah.
And to do it, you know, to the best of my ability. Yeah. And make it as enjoyable as, you know, to be able to walk 5 or 10 miles every day.
I don't do well being out of commission.
No.
And I had a couple of days where I just was not feeling good. And I don't get sick very often.
And I knew you when you would talk to Mom there, what, Saturday, or and I said he's sick when he doesn't feel good.
No, Lacey, I told Brittany the same thing. I was talking to her the other day, and I told Lacey, I said, this was the other day. I'd said, yesterday if someone had offered me to basically assist me to just end it all, I might have thought about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I knew you were sick.
She was like, are you serious?
They brought the baby over for us to see yesterday, and I wouldn't hold it. I said, well, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't give anything to, I'm beyond passing it along to him, but I said, I don't want to take any chances. Saying we all had it. And I mentioned you, and I said, well, I could tell in Paul's voice, and he's the guy that toughs it out and doesn't. And
I had so much stuff that I want to get done in the course of a day.
Yeah.
And I just, I can't imagine.
But we have those times and we get over it.
Yeah. I can't imagine being incapacitated for very long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it.
Well, and you know, and that's our society. Most of that is self-inflicted with people as they get older and stuff. Their lifestyle has put them in a situation where they can't do the things they want to do. And like I say, my mind is always on, if I go for a walk or if I lift weights or if I do anything, you know, I want to do the things I wanted. It goes beyond just that. Yeah. I want to be able to do the things I want to do for as long as I can.
Yeah.
And that takes effort.
Yeah, and it gets harder and harder the older you get.
Oh,
it takes a lot more.
It sure
does.
Work.
So even I was sick. You get weak quick.
Yeah.
If you don't do anything.
Yeah.
And I noticed like my legs, just 2 days of really not doing a lot.
It's a double thing. It's you not doing anything, and the illness itself makes you weak. So you really feel weak.
Yeah. So I was,
because I did,
trying to do some stretches and things were getting tight.
Yeah.
And
but I was fortunate.
That's just a few days of, I can't imagine, you know, Lacey talks about people that have like, you know, serious issues. Maybe they're in a coma for a week or two or something. Like they're
Imagine
seriously bedridden. She says for every day you're bedridden, it's 3 days of therapy to get
how
you.
atrophic, how weak you would be, Paul, because I agree. 2 days, Saturday, I really, and the end of the day, I felt terrible because I didn't do anything. I had a headache and everything. And then Sunday, I didn't work out or anything, but Monday, so it was only 2 days. It was Saturday and Sunday that I felt bad. And then I resumed, my normal activities Monday, and so I was fortunate. But you were right. After 2 days, my joints, my knees, and my hips and stuff.
My back was getting tight.
Yeah, I told Narda they don't feel.
And it annoys me because I'm like, now my first workout is going to be so friggin' brutal.
Yeah,
because
you're trying to catch up.
I'm like, well, not just that, you're decompensated, so it's like.
Yeah.
Can't fully do what you were doing.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. You're just trying to get to
now you're trying to rebuild what you already had.
That's what I say. You're trying to catch up. You're not building, you're just getting up to you were trying to get up to where you were when you get sick.
Knocked back a few steps.
Yeah. Like, and that happens, and that's fine. We get time to to regain it. But I'm thankful it was only 2 days.
And I kept thinking we were up there with Bo. He's late. He'd get in bed with me, all snotty, and I'm reading a book.
In my lap
and I'm like, oh, geez, I've been fortunate. Kids have all been sick. I've been right in it. I'm good. And that last morning, I woke up there, and I was like, man, the back of my throat feels a little bit raw, like post-nasal. And it kind of went away until that afternoon.
Friday afternoon?
I started to feel a little bit.
Friday afternoon is when I knew. I thought.
No, it was Saturday when I get up. I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I get up Friday afternoon, Paul. I had taken a nap, and I get up, and I'm going, okay, I got it. There's no denying it anymore. I had it.
Yeah.
And Friday night was a little tough, and Saturday was really tough. And Sunday, I laid low. I was better. I didn't go to church. Narda went by herself because, you don't want to go to a public place and hand that off to everybody. Yeah. So I stayed at home, and then, but like I say, Monday morning I slept great. Sunday night, Monday morning I was good.
Which I felt bad. There's one of the guys that watches the podcast was going to be at church.
Yes.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So Keith had texted me. He's like, hey, I was talking to the pastor.
Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, you guys need to be at church tomorrow? And I was like, I don't know, Keith, if I can.
No, you shouldn't have gone.
I can do it.
Even if
Yeah, I said, if my fever's gone in the morning, I'll go.
Yeah.
And I get up the next morning and I was like, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
I can go. So I felt really bad.
No, you shouldn't have gone. You don't want to put people in jeopardy.
No, I don't want to be going around shaking everyone's hand.
Breathing on everybody. No. Like I said, I stayed put a couple days.
Yeah.
And
that was probably my worst day, Sunday. I thought, I was like, oh, I'll probably be feeling good. If I get a good night's sleep, I'll be feeling good in the morning. No, I wasn't. Yeah. So, but anyway, get it over now so it's not in the middle of hunting season.
And that was on our mind too, Paul. Yeah, well,
good, that ship has sailed.
Maybe that'll get us through November anyway. Yeah, we'll be good through November without any. It's
never fun to be sick.
No
friggin' deer season.
But we saw the silver lining.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all behind us.
Get it away before bird season.
Yeah, and deer season.
Yeah. So I
build up our immunity.
Be good all fall.
Yeah.
So that's all she wrote. This one went kind of long. You want to get to camp?
I'll get to camp sometime.
And I got to say, nice shirt too.
Yeah.
I think we got another week or so of those being up, and they're going to be gone.
Yeah. And then you'll have another one. You'll have something else.
Hopefully, yeah. October-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe for November. I haven't really fully decided.
Yeah.
You going to camp?
I'm headed to the lake. I got chores to do and good weather to do it in.
Maybe I'll try to take you right up next day or two.
You come up.
Put some cameras out.
We can go for a ride if you want.
Yep. See what's up.
Yeah, we can go for a ride. I'd love to.
All right.
So.
All right. I guess that's it. I guess till next time, get outside.
It's good for the soul.
See ya.